Hello again, whiskey friends. Thank you for joining me for this review. Just wanted to touch base on a popular topic that comes across, pretty often from discussions I have with fellow whiskey friends. Is old better than new? And today I got two different bottles here. OGD, the Bonded. This is a early, I believe, 2000s bottle, so from about 20 years ago or so. Going up against the common shelfer that's on the shelf now. Both the regular bonded, 100 proof. But I want to see if there's just a big difference really between the two. I tasted some dusty stuff prior from different brands, and it was noticeably different. I have tasted these, but not together. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I want to see how big of a difference there is, or if there's really a difference at all. So you guys stay tuned. We're going to kick off the show. Then we'll get into these bad boys. All right. Cheers. Welcome back, guys. So, with no further ado, definitely want to crack into these and just give you guys my thoughts. See if, old is really better than new. I know in some cases it has been for me, but then again, I've had some newer stuff that's been better than some of the dusty stuff. So, we're going to pour these both up, let them sit for just a tiny bit. They already opened up a bit since I've cracked these. Probably about a week or so ago. And we're just gonna get into them. I thought about blinding them to make it a little bit more interesting, but rather than do that, I'll just taste through them with you guys. So I'm gonna actually start with the newer one. So this, I'm not sure the year. I don't know if they do it like they did prior. So yeah, I can't tell on the bottom, but I would imagine this one's probably from the last year or two. It's been sitting on a shelf at a local store, and I know the other one's early 2000s. So we're going to get into the new one, get into the nose, palate, then we'll switch over to the slightly dusty version to see if any notes are different. All right, so I'll show you guys. Pretty good color. And you can see the legs actually sticking for 100 proof. It's actually sticking to the glass pretty nice. All right. Cheers, guys. We're going to go in on the nose. It actually has a nice nose. It's dark. You got some caramels. You can taste, well, you can't taste, but you can smell some of that oak. The oak is pretty present. And I would imagine bonded, I believe, has to be at least 4 years. So it's not really old, but the nose comes across really nice. A little bit of cinnamon, get some of the spice in there, but that oak and that spice is what's coming out for me on this. Let's go in for a taste. Okay, so you do get some of that youth, excuse me, on the palate, but it's not bad at all. At 100 proof, it drinks a little hotter for me than most. I think that spice, I'm not sure if it's actually just right on the front of it, high rye mash bill. I was thinking that it might have had a higher rye content with that spice in there, but it seems like it brings up the proof a little bit, which I like. But you do get some youthful notes. But the nose is nice. I'll say the nose comes across a little better than what the first sip of the palate did. Let's go in again for another sip. Yeah, second sip's where it's at on this. Some of that youthfulness dissipates a little bit, and you pull a lot more of that caramel, that spice, and it just comes across a little bit more balanced. Maybe my palate had to get a little bit more acclimated. Haven't had anything to drink today, prior to this. So it probably tamed down after that first sip, but that second sip was noticeably better. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of sip of water here. I want to get into the older version, and let's see what we get on that. See that color, and this one again. See, this one's actually sticking too. You can kind of see it on there. I know the camera's picking it up, but nice color, for a young whiskey. You can tell it definitely got some of that barrel influence on there. Onto the nose, guys. Oh, yeah. Immediately different than the one that's on the shelf now. This you do, and I have to find out the exact age, and I'll put this probably in the description for you guys, or when it was made, should I say the year it was made. But this is noticeably different. Like, it's super, it's like not so much of a dusty oak that you get on like Wild Turkey, but it's like a sweet, dusty oak. Like, it's tough to really explain, but it's drastically different on the nose than the common shelfer right now. A lot more vanilla, butterscotch. The oak isn't as present, but you get that funkiness to it, but it's not like the newer one having that, not sawdust, but like a dry, noticeable oak. This is just subtle, but has that funky vibe to it. Oh, this is really nice on the nose. I'm going to go in for a sip, guys. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no denying. And I kind of wish I did it blind to show you there was no bias to it. But believe me when I say they call it the carrot top. But this bonded, and this was relatively cheap. I think within the secondary market, it's only about maybe 120, 150 bucks. And I think that's well worth the price, considering some bottles, and this will compete, if not beat out some Remus, picks like the 5. Well, it may be close to the 5. I know the 5 is super aged, but I would put that against the Remus 6, which has like some 13-year-old whiskey. And I bet people would probably choose this bonded over that. This is nice. Let me go in for another sip. Yeah, such a nice oak presence. It's not overwhelming. This doesn't even really come across youthful to me. It tastes like it's a lot older, maybe pushing like a 10-year-old bourbon. This is just super balanced, nice caramels, butterscotch, lovely oak presence, got that slicey, dusty note on the nose. Not so much like that dusty oak on the palate that you would get from some true dusty products. But this is really well balanced. I am really happy with the pickup. I want to go back into the new one more time. I got to see how different this is going from old to new. Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, the nose is wildly different. Yeah, as good as the common shelf or OGD is, and it's not bad by any means, believe me. But once you taste the slightly dusted, the carrot top version, you're not going to want to have another one of the the common shelfers now. Like, that thing is 10 steps above this regular version, in my opinion, or the new version. Really, really good. Makes me just want to go back in and give it one more sip then we're going to cut you guys loose. Thanks for sticking with me so far. But I will say there's no denying the dusty version of this OGD is the one to get. And prices are moderately cheap to an extent. It's all relatively speaking. Wow. Yeah, man. If you guys see them laying around, the Carrot Top version, OGD bonded, 100 proof, is a definite buy in my opinion. It's really, really good, guys. I want to just thank you again for tuning in. We're going to end this show off with a little bit of tunes from David over at formerly known as Shelf Turds. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say